bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Afternoon.
How you feeling?
There's a couple, brother. Afternoon. Enjoy the weather, man. It's a lovely day.
Accusations true?
So although it might have seemed like a lovely day at the time, I'm starting to think that that lovely day may have passed, and he can't be feeling too confident about stuff going forward because he's been accused by another girl in a completely different part of the world. And at first, I was a little bit on the fence, and I'll explain to you why, but I'll also explain to you why I'm now thinking it's not looking all that good. So first, let's go over the new charges. So the headline reads, Young Philly was being investigated for prior to October 2024 charges. On March 24th, 2025, UK news outlets reported that in summer 2024, a British woman reported to police that Philly had assaulted her in his hotel room after a performance in Magaluf, a town on the west coast of the Spanish island of Majorca. The woman stated that Philly forced himself on her after she had consensual sex with one of his friends. She reported the incident to British police several weeks after returning to the UK from her vacation. Authorities passed on the information to the Spanish Civil Guard, who have been investigating the matter in a Palma court. According to reports from UK outlets, sources claim that a magistrate has asked Australian authorities to question the YouTuber on Spain's behalf in the midst of his current court proceedings. So first and foremost, I want to address why I said that I was still kind of on the fence, and it's because I usually stand by innocent until proven guilty, but at the same time, I've said in many videos about Diddy, R. Kelly, and other people that if more than one person comes forward, usually there's something there. There are some situations where somebody sees attention being had and they want to dive in and get some attention too, and they want to promote themselves and be all over the media and talking about it and stuff like that. And it doesn't seem like that's what this is, but at the time I wasn't sure. So that's why I was still kind of on the fence. But then as I read this article again, that shit started to hit way different, because it looks like this British girl who said that this happened to her in Spain came forward before the Australia incident even happened, and they never made it public. So the Australian girl had no idea that this happened in Spain, and the Spain girl didn't know about Australia because that hadn't happened yet. So they both came forward with no incentive, no idea that anybody else was coming forward or that there was any allegations or anything like this. And to me, that makes it that much more credible, because there's not some kind of media frenzy and somebody trying to dive into the spotlight. These are two girls who just came forward when nothing was being said at all. And the fact that that happened, it's very unlikely a coincidence. And then I also started to look at the fact that a lot of his friends have not come forward to back him. Like, if one of my friends got accused of something like this, and I truly believe that he didn't do it, and I felt like I knew him really well as a person, I'm going to defend him and say, hey, innocent until proven guilty. If he did it, I'll throw him under the bus. But until then, I am not just going to stand on that side and throw shade at him, because that's my friend. And I feel like I know him well enough that he didn't do this. But nobody has really said anything. Everybody's been quiet about it. Not a single person that he's interacted with that has a platform has even spoken a little bit about it. Now, I know that some people won't do that because they just want to save their own platform. They don't want to risk it, and it's just a brand risk. So they're like, you know what, we're just not going to talk about it at all. But there's also been a lot of situations where friends have come forward and backed their friends and said straight up, like, hey, listen, if they're wrong, I will say that they're wrong. But until then, I feel like we should wait for more details to come forward. So it's making me think that they also looked at some situations that they've seen when they were around him and felt like, he might be the kind of person to do this. And so that also sticks in my head. So at this point, I'm not going to say that he's guilty, because I still feel like you have to go through the justice system, let the legal situation play out, but it's not looking good. Two girls coming out at two different places around the world, both without knowing that the other one had anything happen to them. So there's no media attention. There's no anything like that. They're not putting themselves forward. They're not pushing in OnlyFans. There's nothing like that going on. My guy, you might have did some shit, and you might be going down for it. And if you did, then you deserve to go down for it. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. But I just wanted to address this because initially I said we have to see how this plays out. Some of it seems a little bit weird. But now that another girl has come forward, and it was actually before the Australia incident, and it had been private up until now, I can't really, there's not much I can say about that besides, whew, like, it's not looking good. So let me know what you guys think down below. I appreciate you. I will catch you in the next one, homies.